Jimmy Donaldson, aka MrBeast. He's pretty much the Oprah of YouTube. But where Oprah had a book club for her fans, MrBeast, plays Squid Games with his fans.
I recreated every single set from Squid Game in real life.
Yeah, I'm just happy that MrBeast hasn't seen these Saw movies yet. But Amazon saw all of this and was like, hey, MrBeast, do you want to do all of this, but on Prime? And so we got Beast Games, the new reality competition show where over 1,000 contestants compete in various challenges till only one of them stands to claim the winnings of $5 million. The show has just ended and I have watched every episode, and normally I would talk about this show episode by episode, but this show has no plot to it. There are no main characters and no overarching stories, which does make it a little difficult to talk about in a YouTube video. So I'm going to be talking about the show as a whole because I have some thoughts. It's definitely a different type of reality show, mostly because it's just a MrBeast video on Amazon Prime. And they're not even trying to hide it. They literally open the first episode with MrBeast screaming at the camera, just like how he does in every YouTube video.
I am standing on $5 million of real money. The largest grand prize in entertainment history.
The description for the show also just sounds like something that would be in one of his YouTube video descriptions. I gathered 1,000 people to fight for $5 million, the largest cash prize in TV history. We're also giving away a private island, Lamborghinis, and millions more in cash throughout the competition. Go watch to see the greatest show ever made. Greatest show ever made? It's about time, because I'm just very tired of people making The Office and Friends their entire personality just because those shows were so great. We need a new greatest show so everyone could just make that their whole personality. And I can't wait to see the personalities that come out of loving Beast Games too much. But even the episode titles of Beast Games sound like clickbait you would find on YouTube. 1,000 people fight for $5 million. 500 people trapped in my city fight to win a private island. The private island episode literally opens with a game of hide and go seek, which is a challenge MrBeast likes to do a lot. But this time, the contestants are being tracked by Navy SEALs.
Go! They're gonna hunt you down!
You know what? I'll give them that. That was pretty cool. These things work for YouTube because on YouTube, you're there for the video concept. But for a TV show, it just feels very fragmented because there are times where they'll play 6 or 7 games in a 60-minute episode. So you're pretty much just watching MrBeast challenges, but weirdly in a cheaper way. Because they have so many games in a single episode, it really spreads their budget thin. They have this one challenge where they play trivia.
What is the biggest animal on our planet? Blue whale, Indian rhinoceros, or a spiny lump sucker?
There's this one time where they see who can do the most push-ups.
Down! Up 2. Okay.
And then they have this one challenge that's literally in the new Mario Party game.
This number represents how many steps you'll take towards the finish line. But there's a catch. If more than one of you chooses the same number, those numbers cancel out and those players have to stay where they are for the round.
Literally, it's the same concept as this Mario Party minigame. Yeah, I'm sure the contestants are happy that MrBeast hasn't played the minigame where you play jump rope with fire. And those are the challenges where people have the potential to get eliminated on. But a lot of the goals for these challenges is trying to get someone to self-eliminate so someone else can move on. The first handful of episodes, they do the self-elimination at least once. But these challenges just end with people screaming at each other and trying to peer pressure everybody.
Some of you might have school. Some of you guys might need to get back to a job. Consider maybe to sacrifice yourself for the greater good.
At any point in this process, have you had that thought, I don't think I can make it all the way to episode 10. If you have had that thought, now's the time not to lie to yourself anymore.
Please! Oh, one more left! Press the button! Press the button! Press the button!
Which, yeah, this is what I love to watch in my free time. So the challenges aren't very engaging, but the contestants don't care because there is a shit ton of money on the line. And all these people are introduced to us explaining how they would use the money.
I grew up homeless and now I want to help other homeless kids.
It would
would provide me the opportunity to retire my dad, really getting my whole family out of the poverty pipeline.
So when these people are begging for their lives in the show, it just feels very cruel.
I got $1,000 to my name back at home. I just lost my sister to brain cancer last year. My family's going through some tough times.
And when these people lose, it's just like, damn, that sucks. I guess you're gonna have to continue to live on the streets with your dog that's addicted to heroin. It feels like the show takes glee in these people's failures, and as a viewer, you're supposed to, enjoy that rather than just feel really bad. Like, a challenge will end and we barely focus on the winners, so we can mostly focus on the people who just lost. Like, the show really wants me to be like, yes, you have failed. Go back to your mother who is dying of cancer and tell her you couldn't save her. And even if she pulls through, everyone will be in medical debt. Yeah, you're in hell. So, yeah. Did not enjoy this part of the show. And because we spend so much time on these challenges, we don't really get to learn anything about these contestants or even get like a sense of their personality. The only people you're gonna recognize when watching Beast games are the people with distinct features. Oh yeah, the woman with the tattoos and the guy with the long beard. Or this guy that they keep cutting to but doesn't really say anything. Yeah, I wonder if he will be important. Seriously, at the end of the show, I could name maybe 2 people that made it to the final episode. And very few people actually get called by their actual name. Most of the time, it's just their player number.
797 is officially saying goodbye to Beast Games. Hey, 406, any last words to your brother? Everyone but 3 people voted for 539 again.
Which I get why you would do that when there's like 1,000 people playing, but when you're down to like 50 people, I think you can use their real names. Like, if you're watching a zombie TV show, it just like doesn't hit the same when the characters are like, oh my god, I can't believe number 7 is a zombie. But wait, where's number 9? Oh my god, did 7, 8, 9? You see, like, when you replace names with numbers, it just sounds like a stupid joke. So we aren't getting to know these people beyond their numbers and focusing on the games, which I've already said they aren't very interesting, but, also aren't run very well. There's this one competition where there are 2 teams and a red bouncy ball will fall from the roof, and the teams need to catch this ball before it hits the ground, or the whole team is eliminated. Another riveting game again. After 4 rounds, a team literally drops the ball and gets eliminated. But then it's revealed that the other team actually dropped their ball in the very first round.
That was white team's first ball.
Over 1,000 cameras, a whole mission control room, and you guys missed that the very first ball was dropped? Dude, come on. It's also confusing on how they figured out this error because they show footage of this guy going up to people saying that he actually dropped the ball.
The first one came down and I bobbled it and it dropped.
There's no reason to talk about it. But let it review MrBeast.
But then there's footage of MrBeast saying that they saw something in the mission control room.
Oh my god.
So did the guy admit to dropping the ball, or did you guys see that after the fact? Either way, it does not reflect well on the crew. And this mess up really makes me question the outcomes of different games too. Like, there's this one challenge where everyone is blindfolded and contestants have to drop a red ball as close as they can to the 10-minute mark. Again, riveting stuff to watch here. But they say all the winners come within 1/10 of a second of each other, and I am a little suspect if they got the timing correct. Considering that most of the contestants were blindfolded and the crew couldn't figure out the first challenge that involved dropping a red ball fall. This show was made without union workers because MrBeast didn't want to deal with unions, which honestly, with the show of this scale, it's crazy he did not have union workers helping him out. And the show's been plagued with problems on and off screen because of it, which I'll talk about that more later. But there are some producing decisions here that just left me scratching my head. Here, I'll do a dramatic reenaction of it right now. Huh, why would they do that? There's this one challenge where MrBeast decides to bring in a special guest.
I have a special guest, a master of deception and mind games, known for his unpredictability. And today, he's here to up the stakes. You know him, you fear him, bring him out! Lil Yachty.
All right.
Do people fear Lil Yachty? You know, I looked into it, and the only thing you should fear is Lil Yachty's crypto advice. Yeah, that stuff will make you scared. So yeah, very odd, and this segment is like purposely cringy because no one cares that he's there.
Bring in the next contestant. Come on in.
Hey, what's up? Oh, hey, how are you?
Good.
Good.
It's Lil Yachty. I don't know if you've ever heard his music before.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm alive. So, I am not intense.
Yeah, do you have any advice for him?
Yeah, I mean, it seems pretty tough. Yeah.
Do you have any advice? Yachty?
Oh, advice? No, I don't.
Ah, yes, very insightful there. At the end of this challenge, this guy loses, and Lil Yachty just laughs in his face. Okay, you fucking dick. So this is intentionally bad, but it does make me question, like, okay, was it supposed to be bad, or did it just turn out bad and you guys just leaned into it? Because if not, then they made a cringy segment on purpose? So, congrats. But it seems like MrBeast didn't just hire non-unions for on-set stuff, but also in post-production. My main reasoning on why I think the show didn't use union editors is because every episode is edited by Mac Hopkins, who is one of MrBeast's on-camera friends. And I think this is the smoking gun on why I have all these problems with this show. I would imagine that Mac has edited MrBeast videos for YouTube, and honestly, I'm not really hating on giving your friend a solid like that, but maybe don't make him the editor of the show, because with a show like this, there's a lot of footage to juggle around to make like a cohesive plot. And that's not just on Mac, because there are other editors and story producers that need to outline and record when certain moments happen during filming. But if I had to take a guess, these people are not that experienced, and it shows. So, you know, MrBeast, you paid for what you got. And not to pile on MrBeast, but he's just not a really good host. He tries to connect to the contestants, but it sort of just comes off like he doesn't really care.
How you feeling?
I'm sad.
Dad, Mom, I played fair. And I hope I made you proud.
Aw. Goodbye. 539, you're up next.
This is my opportunity to change my life. I would use it to buy my house back that I lost when I was 23 years old. I would buy my house back so I can have somewhere to live.
I love it. That's very touching.
He's like, oh, damn, that's so touching. But, you know, can we get back to the challenge? And MrBeast really wants these contestants to be the shittiest people on the planet. Like, he really wants people to screw over their friends and teammates, to the point where the whole first episode is people taking bribes that eliminate other contestants.
Right here, dog.
Dude, what the Walter?
I feel bad for those guys, but
If you just don't turn around, they don't exist.
yeah, that's kind of the mindset that I'm going for.
The fact is, I'm here for myself and my family, and I just...
Hey, gotta respect it.
I did it, bro.
But sometimes, the people who you think you can trust the most are actually
Oh my God.
the people you can trust the least.
And that's sort of like the theme of Beast games, where MrBeast is like, hey, everyone has a price where they'll start to screw other people.
They're gonna tell you they won't crack, but we will find that breaking point.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Just want to make sure it's clear.
It's clear. It's very clear.
Everyone has a price.
Jimmy, please
And
stop.
we're gonna find what it is.
I love how Mac's like, Jimmy, we get what you're trying to say. You're trying to show the worst in humanity. We got it. And when people don't take MrBeast's bribes to eliminate people, he starts to like short circuit.
Are you guys chronically insane? You do realize that is real money. I don't think these are real humans. None of you want 800 grand? You don't want $1 million. What is going on?
He's like, I don't understand why you guys aren't backstabbing each other for money. Like, who are you guys?
What is going on?
And throughout the show, MrBeast continues to try and incentivize people to betray one another. Like this one challenge where there's $1 million up for grabs.
Starting with the player in house 1, you'll each come out of your house one at a time to take as much or as little of the $1 million as you'd like. And nobody will see how much each of you has taken, just the total that is left. You each could walk away with 100 grand here, or one of you could walk away with $1 million.
So there are 10 contestants left, and each one's gonna come up to this $1 million pot alone. They can take the agreed upon 100K or take more, but that leaves less money for the people that go up after them. So the third person goes up to this pot and ends up taking 650K. And the second guy ended up taking more money than he was supposed to, but not as much as the third guy, so there's only 27K left for players 4 through 10.
I'm gonna take 650.
Whoa! Okay.
So yeah, definitely a dick move. But in the next challenge, people are able to bribe one another with the money they took out of this pot, so they'll vote for them to go into the next challenge.
The money that you took last night is your only tool available to try and stay in the game.
So if you did screw your other players and take more money out of the pot, then you have a huge advantage going into this competition. And this guy, you know, fumbles the bag and doesn't get into the final game, but, you know, he did have a huge advantage going into this. So the message of the show is do whatever you have to get money, no matter who you're screwing over, and you'll be rewarded for it. And there are some contestants that just do not understand this and talk about how they're playing with honor and integrity.
Find someone that is honorable, that you would want to see on this island, but your character speaks volumes.
And he's been an honorable player.
I feel like some players didn't play with the same honesty and integrity that everyone else did.
You're questioning their ethics in the cubes.
Yes.
But then when someone's actually playing the game, that contestant will get ridiculed for it. There's this one challenge where a player needs to decide what other players get hit by a train.
Send the train! Welcome to the train of elimination!
Don't worry about it. Even though MrBeast is trying to get you to think that they're actually murdering people during this train challenge, they actually put mannequins down that get hit by the train. Come on, they're not gonna kill people on the show. No. They're saving that for later. But this one guy decides to take a player that is close with the person who's choosing who lives and who dies, and he gets destroyed for it.
But I think you chose Jazz as bait,
Literally.
and that's a shitty thing to do.
I mean, like, yeah. I mean, what is this guy supposed to do? Just pick a random person and hope for the best?
You should have chosen someone that you knew and that you confide in. I'm sorry, Dino. That's just the way I feel. You chose her to save yourself.
Wow, that's pretty stupid. And if you're wondering, yeah, this is the same guy who will later screw over everyone and take a lot of money out of that $1 million pot. Which, yeah, that makes him a huge hypocrite. But, you know, he is just playing the game.
The entire time that I played this game has been fair, has been with integrity, has been with leading with my heart. I haven't flip-flopped on anybody, but it was clear who has.
Dude, that's just such BS. If these people were playing with honor and integrity, they would have been out during these self-eliminating challenges. It's not even a debate. The people that self-sacrificed were the ones that made it so you were able to go farther in the game. You can't get this far into the game without just being selfish and just, you know, thinking for yourself. And, you know, that's just how the game is designed. But I don't know which one's worse, the people that don't realize the game they're playing or the ones that do realize the game they're playing.
This is so fun in a twisted way.
Hey, I agree. Finally, someone appreciates our games.
Jimmy's like, finally, someone understands the vibe I'm trying to put out. Because the people that realize they need to do shitty things to get ahead, you know, do shitty things. There's this one challenge where 3 contestants go into solitary confinement, and at the end of the challenge, one person needs to willingly self-eliminate, or all 3 contestants get eliminated. And my god, dude, people in this game start to have mental breakdowns.
It's been 1 minute and we're already crying.
I lost.
Oh, Cody, I'm so sorry. Cody, I'm so sorry. Cody.
Yeah. How do we just leave?
I'd like to believe everything happened for a reason, but I doubt it.
That one dude that just self-sacrificed was in there for maybe 5 minutes. You know, even MrBeast is like, whoa, dude, the game just started.
Whoa. Guys, we just started. Oh, whoa. Wow.
Jimmy's just like, whoa, guys, I've like put you in way worse conditions than this. Which I think it's time to talk about this show's lawsuits. So after the show, multiple contestants decide to file a class action lawsuit against MrBeast and the show. They have allegations of poor living conditions, sexual harassment, and just not being able to run a show in general. The lawsuit is still ongoing as I'm, recording this, but it does change the way you watch the show. Maybe the reason why everyone is crying and having mental breakdowns is because off camera, everything is just miserable. And this solitary confinement challenge feels like the breaking point for a lot of contestants. And there are these 2 brothers that randomly get paired with this woman, and they take full advantage of the situation and mentally break this woman.
I'm not going on this.
Because here's the thing. Right now, your decision is going to result in all 3 of us leaving. That means you're guaranteed to leave.
I'm not gonna break.
And exactly. You stood up for yourself.
And I know you're stubborn. I can tell you're stubborn.
You stood up for yourself.
If I go down, I'm going down together.
You're negotiating your demise. I'm gonna say it one more time. The point that you are making is you are negotiating your own demise.
I just want to stay consistent with my thoughts, so I don't want to myself over, but I'm staying strong with myself. I don't want to break your friends. I'm not gonna break, but I still feel a little bad.
And there's this one brother who's just smirking the whole time and saying that they totally got her to the cameras.
I don't want to get bullied into it. Like, I don't want you guys to think that I'm like not at all I'm like whatever if they go out. Like,
just be careful. They might cut you out to be a villain.
I know I'm gonna become a villain, and I know it.
So they berate this woman, and it looks like they start taunting her by drawing on the walls. I think they wrote death or dead on one of the walls, which is just some crazy psych ward stuff.
That I had a good chance, and I'm just gonna ruin it. I just want to get this over with.
And after a manipulative card game, the woman ends up self-sacrificing.
I told you I'd do it. You guys.
Me and my brother were secretly talking to each other the entire time. And basically, she doesn't know that.
Whoa.
You know when MrBeast is like, whoa, you guys did some messed up stuff that you really did do some messed up stuff.
Oh my God. I'm a genius.
So yeah, these brothers, major assholes. But doing this shitty stuff was what made them able to get to the next round. They got rewarded for shitty behavior, and again, that's sort of like the thesis of the show. You can't get ahead in these games if you don't convince someone to take the fall for you, or you just idly stand by as people around you get eliminated and you point your finger at the person doing the eliminations being like, hey, you're the bad guy now. Even though it's the game that's making these people do all this, and this is why the show feels so exploitative and not a really fun watch.
That I had a good chance, and I'm just gonna ruin it. I just want to get this over with.
And these brothers don't get too far into the games because the other thing with this show is that it requires a lot of luck, but doing shitty stuff definitely lessens the amount of luck you need to get farther into the games.
I'm a genius.
So it's very clear MrBeast took a heavy inspiration from Squid Games while making this show, from the number of contestants, the costume designs, and in general, the games. I do find it interesting that MrBeast watched Squid Games and then decided to make a show that doesn't follow the contestants very closely, but rather made a show that focuses on the games. Do you know who else watches Squid Games with no connection to the players, only watching for the games, and in general just wants to see people fight each other for money? The bad guys in Squid Games. So you made a show for the viewers to watch it the same way as the bad guys. You see how that might be a problem? And spoilers for Squid Games, but you know how season 1 ends with a friend turned enemy showdown in the rain? It's pretty cool. Well, season 1 of Beast Games ends with the final challenges of throwing a red ball into a tube to eliminate people. A pattern game where a woman immediately loses on. And the final epic challenge of Beast Games where we will crown a winner is guess which suitcase has the money in it.
You don't think she chose number 1?
I don't think she chose 1.
Which is a challenge they already sort of did. So yeah, in the end, this guy wins. Yeah, who could have seen that coming? I guess there was a reason why they kept cutting to this guy. Yeah, maybe next season this guy will come back and play with like dyed red hair. And after listening to a podcast with MrBeast, it sounds like season 2 is happening and maybe even season 3.
You talk about season 2 and 3 quite a bit. Is that something that's like happening or what needs to happen?
I probably shouldn't. I was told not to talk definitive. But the thing is, I loved what we did with these games, and I'm doing it now. I loved working with Prime Video, so I'm sure we're gonna do it with them.
But the concept of Beast Games, you want to continue.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like there's no world where I'm not.
But if Beast Games season 2 is gonna happen, I really hope they just make it into a weekly game show. Something like Wipeout, where you're there for the fun ideas and concepts rather than the contestants. It is sort of weird because MrBeast has been making this type of game show on his main YouTube channel with Beast Game players that got eliminated early on, which did make me wonder, like, okay, who's paying for all this? But these videos are more engaging than the show because you're just sort of there for the concept. It would make the show feel more like a MrBeast YouTube video, but at least then it would be a good MrBeast video, because the show right now needs a lot of changes to be good. But as of right now, I would say please don't base your whole personality on Beast Games. Anyways, that's where this video ends. Please like, subscribe, all those YouTube-y things. If you want to be part of our new membership program, we have just started that out. Love to have you there, but other than that, I will catch you guys on the next one.